Hi, I'm Myra Kornfeld. I'm a cookbook author and cooking instructor, and I have lots of tips and recipes to make your cooking life a whole lot easier. Today I'm going to make clarified butter, or ghee, which is an excellent fat to use on a regular basis. Ghee is butter with both the water content and the milk solids removed. We're going to cook those out. And I'm starting with small chunks of butter, starting at a low heat, melting it slowly. The wonderful thing about ghee is that once the milk solids and the water are removed, you can cook with it at very high temperatures, and the ghee stays good for a long time. 3 to 6 months in the refrigerator and 6 weeks outside of the refrigerator. Another wonderful thing about ghee is that because there is virtually very little casein or lactose left in the butter, it is very well tolerated by people who are dairy sensitive. The first thing that starts to happen is that there's all this gurgling, and that's the water that's cooking off. And so, just as a reminder, butters all react differently. Some have a higher water content, and it has to do with the quality of the milk. So this is a really good place to use the best butter that you can get. I like to use butter that's from cows that have been on pasture. Some of the milk solids now have floated to the top. This has been about 15-20 minutes. Now I can skim them off with a skimmer, and I could pour off the liquid at this point, but I could also pour it through a cheesecloth lined strainer. Now when I pour here and I look, I could see also the milk solids starting to stick to the bottom. This is clarified butter. If we want to turn the milk solids a little light golden, give them a little more color, that's ghee. So I'm going to let this go for about another minute or so. I'm pouring off the ghee here, and you can see that the milk solids that have floated to the top are sticking, and then there's all these ones at the bottom, and they were just starting to color, and the ghee was getting fragrant. It had a beautiful kind of nutty smell, and it concentrated a little bit, and so that's why I took it off at the time I did. And we got all of this cut in the strainer, but now immediately I could add this to my jar, and I'm putting a spoon in there because it's hot, and that will conduct the heat. Pouring it in, and I'll let it cool down in this glass jar. 1 pound of butter makes 1.5 cups of ghee. And what's great about this too, it retains all of the wonderful properties of butter, such as it contains small chain and medium chain fatty acids, fat-soluble vitamins, and very easy to digest. So it's such a great fat for cooking. This will become semi-solid at room temperature, and I'm going to keep it outside the refrigerator because I like it that way. Now you could purchase good quality ghee, but as you could see, it's so easy to make, and it's wonderful to make your own. It's really the most delicious and fresh.